Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Luna Love, and I got my girl, Chun Leroy.
Hey, y'all.
We are going to dive into some of this music that's here in the regional area of North Carolina, Charlotte in particular. But I am a music lover. I'm a music fan. It's 24 hours in a day, and I'm probably listening to music 16 of those.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. I love music. Music is life for me. Music, I don't know what, I don't even know what I would do without music. It's woven into the fabric of who I am as a person. And I know that it draws and it brings everyone out.
Definitely a mood setter also. It sets the mood for the day, sets the mood like lunchtime when your coworkers done made you mad, your drive home in the Charlotte traffic, like it do what it need to do.
So definitely wanted to highlight some of the amazing artists that are in the area. And our first up that I do want to give a chat about is going to be Jason Jett.
Jason Jett.
Jason Jett, overall, I felt like his music felt good to me.
Okay.
You know, I reviewed some of his music. It was a Justin Timberlake kind of vibe for me. And when I say Justin Timberlake, it's that poppy, don't be too quick to walk away, type vibe. It had one of those crash your party like type of vibe to it. It made you move and it made you want to dance. It was pretty upbeat. What did you feel about the music?
This is my first time hearing Jason, and when I heard him, he reminded me of Pharrell.
Okay.
Like I heard Pharrell, like the vocals in the background, and Pharrell is the producer who has I think the 5 counts that everyone talks about.
Yeah.
I didn't count the 5 counts, but like just hearing his voice, I was like, dang, this kind of sounds familiar. And yeah, so Jason, I like what you're doing. I don't know what else you got in the works, but keep doing what you're doing, Jason.
Jason was cool. As far as his vocal quality is concerned, like he had a great tone to him, like one of those tones that made you want to keep listening. Type deal. He got one of those. Now, as far as his clarity is concerned, like I hate listening to the artist and you can't hear what they're saying.
So he's not a mumble singer or rapper.
No, honey. You understood every single word that he had to say. And I think for me, the song that stuck out to me was "Crash Your Party."
Okay.
Like I heard that and I instantly added it to my likes.
I like that.
Because it's one of those. You getting ready and you grooving, like you getting ready, to go out. You need to put something on that's like upbeat but vibey. You hit that and it's gonna make your shoulders move a little bit. You're gonna be putting your makeup on and bouncing some.
It's just a little shoulder move, not no twerking, right?
Nah, you're not really gonna twerk to this one, not much.
Okay, this little 2-step, because that's all I got for you.
Not. Chun-Li, like you gonna do more than.
I told you I was from the hood.
That's fine.
I told you.
You can get to Jason though.
Okay.
You can get to Jason.
We can relate. Okay.
So y'all go check our boy Jason out. Jason Jett is new. He's up and coming. He's been around for a while, so I wouldn't say new, but he definitely has a vibe that some of you guys would definitely love to rock with. So Jason Jett, make sure y'all hit him up. Like that.
Someone else I listened to today, like I actually listened to him on the way down here.
Who you got?
From church. Is it Rudy Currence?
Rudy Currence, yeah.
Rudy Currence, yeah. So I go to Elevation, so a lot of our songs aren't like old school, like hymns and clapping and stomping your feet. It was more like R&B, kind of eclectic, and I really loved his voice. He actually, when I started playing his music, he popped up in the same categories as like DOE. He popped up in the same categories as like Leslie Vaughn. I think that's how you say her name.
Okay.
Very, very humble and just I don't know, like I love Christian music that's like that. Especially like our age, it changed a lot. And a lot of people don't like if they can't relate. And because it gives like that R&B kind of vibe, very mellow, love that for me.
Now, that's the thing that I love most about Rudy. Rudy had a way of making old school and new school meet. Right? He gave you churchy songs like Send Me, I'll Go.
He was getting the worship.
Yes. And then he gave it When We All Get to Heaven. Those are those nostalgic songs that pull you in, that make you feel like you're sitting back on the pew at church again, and everybody's just in worship mode. You hear those songs. So as a gospel singer, for me, I don't listen to that much gospel music anymore, but this one had a jazz contemporary vibe to it. You know, it made me, but the passion in which and how he delivered his message made me want to listen to it more.
It's just that worship music. I promise you, it gets the tears flowing and rolling.
Yeah.
So, and I just feel like, again, in my 30s, listening to more kind of mellow, not like shouting and like too much, you know, what is it? My therapist had said this one day. She was like, it's kind of weird to say this. They say like in the Black church, we talk about like struggle and all of those things. And then the other churches, it's like they're just praising Jesus all the time. They never had any issues at all. I feel like Rudy is like a balance between the two.
Okay.
But again, I'm just worshiping. I'm not like all over the place. I get my little shout in, but that's pretty much it.
To me, that contemporary feel I got, but what hooked me was the down-home church instruments that he used in his track. You're going to hear that organ. You hear me? You're going to hear that organ, you're going to hear that guitar, and you're going to hear them drums. And that's, to me, what always had pulled me in. Like, when it came to church, music was my favorite part of the service. And Rudy definitely did his thing with the composure and composition of his tracks and how he laid that.
Who would you compare him to?
You know what? What's my guy? Girl, if you didn't say it, I would not have. There's a praise on the inside I can't keep to myself. A holla. Who sings that? J Moss. J Moss.
Okay.
Yes. If I had to compare it, it would have definitely be kind of a J Moss type feel.
Okay. So we like that. All right.
So shout out to Rudy Currence. You know, he is in the building. He is vibing. We are definitely listening to you going down the road for Sunday service.
And not just Sunday, though. I'll tell you, when them coworkers get on you, you're going to have to get your little worship music. So
we here for it. We is here for it. Now, the next person that I wanted to mention, and I know him. I've met him. I think we went to church together some back in the day, but it's Howard McNair.
Okay.
Howard McNair is a pianist and musical composer. All right. Howard has just a talented ear for music. I mean, just to me, he reminds me of James Brown.
Okay.
If I had to because if you guys have had an opportunity to listen to Howard live, he just did something recently here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where he had musicians come in a band and he played. And again, that live music feel where you can have somebody on the organ or the piano.
Kind of zone out.
Because I think his true love is the organ. You can tell that when he plays his music. So his true love is the organ, but he's connected to sound.
So you can literally feel the music in his live concerts
and
or
you
shows.
Can feel how he layers music.
Okay.
So like he'll start off with an instrument and then he'll layer it and layer it and layer it. And when you hear just some of his tracks that he composes, you can tell that his ear is tuned.
Okay.
Because you're vibing to it, and you're going to hear jazz, you're going to hear gospel, you're going to hear R&B. You know, within one single track, you're going to hear all.
That is
You're going to hear
wild.
a plethora of different musical genres.
I have not had a chance to listen to him, but the way that you're talking about him, it kind of reminds me of Masego. Do you know who Masego is?
Yep.
Do you think it sounds like his thing? Because he plays every single instrument, produces a lot of things as well. So I feel like the way that you're describing him kind of falls in that same category.
Yeah, he has that. To me, Masego also envelops the ability to be able to layer music. You know, it's that I just want to hear the horns. Now I just want to hear the guitar. Now I just want to hear the piano. Now let's bring this all together and let's make music.
Sounds so good. Vibes.
You know, yes. So Howard McNair definitely knows how to make music, but not just music. He knows how to make good music and he knows how to make live music.
I hear that. And speaking of live music, I had a chance to listen to Adrian Crutchfield.
Okay.
Crutchfield, excuse me. And he is a saxophonist. I'm not sure where he's from, but that man can blow. I'm talking about, I'm driving down the street and I'm thinking, when I was like in elementary school, middle school, I was listening to, I don't even know how I got here, but like Hidden Beach. Do you know what that is?
Yes. Yeah.
Listening to Hidden Beach and like his saxophone skills kind of remind me of all of those things. Like I just want to vibe out in my house, cleaning, cooking, in my little moo-moo, whatever I got going on. Like, that's what Adrian Crutchfield was giving me.
Yeah, Adrian had a sound for me that made me connect. Like, it was a smooth sax sound. You know, sometimes when you get a saxophone player, you can have one that's very loud, very brazen. And don't get me wrong, I like that. But Adrian's range from raspy low to that high pitch, but still on pitch sound.
Got it.
It was so controlled. You know, like from a wind standpoint, I was like,
I don't know how they do that.
Okay, Adrian, like you
don't know
holding
how they do
now.
that.
Okay. But it was that jazz, but also that like R&B vibey feel. Like I can hear this at a wedding.
I was just gonna say that.
Coffee shop.
It's
you know
definitely giving wedding vibes. So in the way that he has so many songs on my Apple playlist, I'm pretty sure he ain't cheap. So Adrian, we liking what you doing out here.
We do. You keep that saxophone blowing, because I'm telling you, you are blowing people away. Make sure you guys check him out at some of these jazz festivals and concerts. Adrian played with Prince? Yeah. Oh, wow.
I didn't know none of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? I can hear it. Like, from his talent, like, when I listen to his track, everything blended.
Okay.
Like, listening to Adrian's track, you could tell he has the background vocals, but when he comes in, and he's not too overly pushy. Like, he gives his time and his moment to shine, and you hear him, and he lets off of it and lets the music do its thing.
Giving humble brag. I like that. I like Prince though. That's Prince wild.
Prince though. So shout out to, hey, listen, Adrian, we love you. Like, make sure you keep blasting and doing that saxophone how you doing it, because I promise you, you are definitely getting the reaction out here that you deserve.
Speaking of, I guess you could say cameos, I heard Curt Keys. He had some songs with like Chrisette Michelle.
Yes.
And the way that he sounded, when I first started listening to him, I don't know why, don't judge me, it was giving kind of like R. Kelly, like just the churchy vibe, but then also just real smooth and R&B. Like, I really like that.
He had one song that I liked. It was called Thanks for the Memories.
Okay.
When I tell you that 8 down, like, when I tell you, it was the piano for me.
Okay.
You know, like, I love instruments. Like, even though a voice is an instrument as well, I love when artists do due diligence of actually letting the music instrument-wise come through as well, too. And I miss a good intro. You know, I miss back in the day when it took 3 minutes for the song to come on. Foreplay me.
Oh,
you know,
Lord.
Foreplay me with the music.
Oh,
like, you don't
Lord.
got to just bring it on in there. Like,
Not you saying foreplay with the music. Okay.
Curt Keys had a beautiful way of slowly putting you into the music.
I told you, R. Kelly.
Yeah. It was that vibe.
It was definitely given to me, again, just like I grew up in a church, but I'm about to hit you with some R&B. Like, that's what I was getting from that.
I love songs. Like, I've always been a sucker for love.
Get lost
always
in it.
Will be.
Lost in the music.
And so he kept me present because his lyrics told a story. You know, like when I listen to Curt Keys, I listen to his heart. And so I definitely, kudos to you, Curt. Keep bumping that music.
Keep doing what you're doing, Curt.
Yep, because I definitely loved every bit of that part. So
now, are all of these people from North Carolina?
They're from the region.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're from North Carolina. They are from the region. All of these people are actually on your iTunes, your major listening platform.
I definitely found some of them on Apple.
Yep, Apple.
Yep, I like that. And support local, y'all. Support local. So you might catch them at some of their events.
You might catch them at a few VKC events. You know, you never know.
I can't wait for the next one. Oh my God. Have you been to all of their parties?
Listen, first of all, VKC be bringing out the celebrities.
Child, I be putting them outfits on. I be putting them on.
And you got to.
And they have, oh my God, the food. They be having food. And the drinks, it be packed. I love their events.
I gotta bring a change of shoes when I'm at a VKC.
You know, I keep the little flats that you fold up in a little pouch.
You got to.
Keep them on my wrist.
Because you're gonna get out there and you're gonna cut up on that dance floor. You're gonna cut up on that dance floor. You're gonna meet some aunties and some cousins. You're gonna make some cousins and make some cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like, But it's a vibe.
It is.
From the singing to the musicianship to the hosting to the ambiance of where they actually choose to pick their venues. Like they definitely make sure musically that they connect everybody to the experience.
It reminds me of like a family function.
Yeah.
Like it just feels real homey. I like that. It's no drama. I'm sure it's like security, like undercover maybe, but like it's not giving ghetto at all. It's giving classy and sophistication. So if you have never attended a VKC event, I suggest you be on the lookout for the next one. Make sure you're logging in to Eventbrite, maybe straight from the VKC Instagram page. So
make sure you guys follow them, like them, and also look for opportunities as the next events start to come. It's getting summertime. The spring is springing. It's sprung already. Make sure ladies, go get your toes polished. You know what I'm saying? Go get your fingernails done. And make sure you attend a VKC event because you will not be disappointed. You guys can go to www.vkcproductions.com. Check out the page. Like it'll show you who they are, what they're about, upcoming events that are going on as well too, and anything that they have popping within the area. So if y'all know like I do, and like my girl Chun Leroy do, you gonna make sure you get on that site, grab those tickets, and look for the next opportunity.
And don't wait, y'all. And make sure you got your outfit together because they have the 360s, they have photographers. You're gonna make the page, so be ready.